Hey everyone, I do want to let you all know on my spiritual store, lilithascendant.com is finally out. So if you know an Aries sun, moon, and rising, or if you are an Aries sun, moon, and rising, definitely check out your Aries candle. It smells amazing because it's really sexy, and yeah, you guys should definitely check out my spiritual store, Lilith Ascendant. Link is in the pinned comment and description. If you sign up for the monthly subscription, you will save 25% off the candle, and each month you will receive the newest zodiac candle to help put you in that mood of that zodiac season, and you will never run out of candles. So definitely check us out. The link is in the pinned comment and the description. Let's get back to the video. Thank you guys so much for sitting through that. Now let's get back to the video. What I need you to do is pick one of the options, and then once you pick an option, you can fast forward to the timestamps that provide in the pinned comment as well as the description to see what April 2021 has in store for you. Feel free to take as much time as you need to meditate on the cards. I will be right back. Hey there, group number one. Welcome to your April prediction for what you can expect April 2021 based on tarot and my intuition. I hope you guys are having an amazing day thus far. Feel free to listen to this podcast style while you're doing something else. That's what I like to do. First of all, group number one, I am not even just saying this, to make you feel better, although it may sound this way, but drama really just follows you everywhere you go. And this is something I predominantly see for you. It's like work, your friends, there always seems to be some sort of disruption, some sort of drama, and drama is something that's kind of just drawn to you like a magnet. And if it's not drama, although for a lot of you I feel it is, it's almost like your mind is always filled with anxiety or filled with the unexpected or problems coming up, and you're used to that kind of lifestyle. But what Spirit wants to tell you, group number one, is the reason why some of you have moon in the 6th house, although you don't have to, you could just have 6th house placements. The reason why life has been very dramatic for you, and it feels like you're always attracting drama, or it feels like you're always dealing with enemies, or you're always dealing with a lot of major stresses or problems, addictions or health, anything to do with the 6th house, because in astrology the 6th house is like, kind of like it's the pets, it's the servants, it's drama, it's your enemies, it's the battlefield. It's one of those houses that, especially if you study Vedic astrology, that kind of makes you want to kill yourself if you have planets in the 6th house. But there's also the good side to the 6th house, which we are going to get into. But for you, I'm getting the sense that this is slowing down a lot. Saturn, I don't know what it's doing in your birth chart, but Saturn is really starting to make you get a hold of your mental health and your anxiety. So I actually feel that your emotional life is getting better because you're learning how to handle your emotions in a very responsible way, in a way that doesn't give away your power. Because I'm getting the sense, guys, that for you, you have a childlike spirit, and this is actually a really good thing because this means that you have a very warm aura. People are often drawn to you because they admire in you that childlike spirit themselves have lost. That's actually one of the major charisma points, and you have them, is the fact that you are kind of childlike and you have that youthful energy. And actually that's why a lot of people are attracted to you, is because you do come off as very youthful, and people like that spirit and that warmth about you, and that's why people are drawn to you. But it's also, when you're child like that, and you're also very innocent in a way, because I'm sensing someone who's a little innocent and doesn't do things out of the illness of their heart, but does things because maybe they're just kind of innocent is the word. That's what I feel for you, group one. And I feel like you've given away your power so many times by reacting to other people and the drama they bring in your life. You really have. But I feel like Saturn, wherever it is in your birth chart, it's really making you get a hold of your mental health, and it's making you very practical and organized as well. You might even say to yourself, oh my gosh, this is the most organized I've ever been. This is the most on time I've ever been. I've been following a schedule. I'm adulting. Like, this is all the things coming for you, because before, it's almost like your anxiety and all of this drama and all of these obstacles you were dealing with in life. Like, some of you guys, you might straight up have breakouts from stress, or you might have addictions from stress, you know, whether it's drinking or food or whatever. Like, there's a lot of stress you have dealt with in your life that was giving you addictions, and it was giving you it was a lot for you to handle. That's what I feel for you. And it might have been, I'm hearing like your skin is really sensitive too, guys. There's something about how all of these disruptions really change your skin. So your skin could have some abnormalities to it and all of that stuff. Specifically, I'm hearing like the lower half of your face. Or it could also be that some of you have struggled with like some sort of surgery on your throat or something like that. But whatever the case is, the anxiety that you were suffering in your life really put a detriment on your ability to really be organized, to get things done, and also to be happy, because your mind was always racing with the things that you had to do and all of your problems. This is finally shifting for you. Yes, you might feel a little bit restricted by Saturn, kind of like you might feel like not as childlike as you used to. You might feel like a little more melancholy or a little more evened out than you used to. But this is because Saturn is really making you get a hold of your mental health and make you be practical and help you be more logical about your decisions, and also to handle your emotions better and make you more organized. That's what Saturn is doing. So you're starting to really grow as a human being. Like, your life is growing. You're laying solid foundations for yourself. I see this with the growth card and with the trees, how she's laying her roots. You guys are actually laying your roots. You're creating a solid foundation for yourself because you are learning how to be responsible. And actually, from these challenges that you are going towards, it's actually strengthening your confidence in yourself. Some of you, I'm hearing there's a huge blessing that's happening in your home. Like, you guys are feeling really good in your home, or you're buying a home. You guys are able to essentially, you're getting solid enough where you're able to put down payments on things like a house, like a car, like things that you need in order to feel stable in life. You are becoming stable, so your life is becoming stable, and you're able to get the things that you need in order to be stable, such as, like, I'm hearing a mortgage, getting a car as opposed to leasing, being able to put a down payment on something, use credit on something to give you that sense of security in life. Before, your mind was all over the place. Like, I'm hearing you guys, you didn't keep track of what you ate. You didn't keep track of, a morning routine. You ate what you want. Like, you were very much like, who cares, F it. Or with your money, it was like, YOLO, you only live once, and you just spent it all on whatever you wanted. But now you're starting to become more practical. You're starting to keep track of things. And because of that, Spirit wants to congratulate you, because you are really laying a solid foundation for yourself that you should be proud of. And you have grown up and come so far from the person that you were even a year ago. And I know this is crazy, but I actually feel like crying, because it's like this overwhelming feeling of proudness your spirit guides have for you. They're saying, like, I'm getting the tingles and I'm about to cry, like my old school videos. It doesn't happen as often as it used to, but I'm getting so happy for you, because your spirit guides are saying, we are so proud of you. They're always like, they're giving you a hug behind you, where they're wrapping their arms around you and giving you this giant hug, and they're squeezing you, and they're telling you, we're so proud of you for all of the challenges that you have went through, guys. Like, I know I seem like a big baby because I'm always crying, but when I'm channeling, sometimes like a particular spirit guide will come through to deliver a message, and it's so pure and it's coming from such a good place, because I really feel for you guys, because I feel that a lot of you are childlike in spirit, and I really don't feel like you come from an ill place when you do things. I just feel like you come from a place where you didn't think about the things you did before you did it, and this is why you might have like a lot of enemies. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? Because I might be a big softie, but I'm not going to sit here and kiss your butt. I'm also going to tell you the other things I'm seeing. You guys have made a lot of enemies around the way when it comes to your work, when it comes to just the people you're interacting with. You've made a lot of enemies, but the same amount of people also have great admiration for you. They also really like you for those faults. So don't go correcting them. Obviously, it's good to self-improve, but don't feel like there's something wrong with you. There's not. The people normally that have a problem with your childishness or it might come off as selfishness, but honestly, some of you might be a Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I feel like you're meant to experience like what it's like for just in this life to be self-expressive. I really feel like that for you, group 1. I feel like in this life, yes, you have to be practical, you have to be organized, okay? I'm not saying you're meant to live like a vagabond gypsy, run away and join the circus, even though I feel like in a past life you guys have. I feel like in this life you are meant to be childlike, you're meant to be creative, and you're meant to be expressive and kind of like this childlike energy. And if people don't resonate with it and they can't understand where you're coming from, when you're coming from a good place, because I feel the warmth in this, you're coming from such a good place. If people don't understand that you're coming from a good place, good riddance. These people are not for you. Like, you've had friends before who are really controlling over you. It's kind of weird, actually. Like, your friends, like, oh my gosh, this sounds like Regina George from Mean Girls, where it's like, stop being so obsessed with me, Janice. Like, it's almost like your friends were kind of like Janice. And the thing about Mean Girls is they always portray Regina as being the mean girl, but Janice is also a super mean girl, because Janice in Mean Girls, she is super weirdly controlling, and it's weird. It's like weird on any relationship level. And I feel like those are the kind of people you've attracted, is controlling friends. And this has really stifled your expression, your throat chakra. Maybe you felt like your friends, maybe, you know what it's interesting about your friends though? Your friends are covert in nature. And what I mean by that is, in the past, they don't outright tell you you can't do something. They do it in this passive aggressive, sneaky Scorpio way. And I have planets in Scorpio, so I'm not saying like Scorpio is bad, but you know, the bad side of Scorpio, they do it in this manipulative, secretive, like, you know what they're trying to say and control you way, and it's really stifled your expression, which is a shame. Because the thing about you guys, group number 1, is that you in this life are meant to be creatively expressive, and your job is meant to be something that allows you to be creative, that allows you to use your emotions and your expression and be a little kid and be all over the place. This is the tribe that you want. And actually, for you guys, I want to tell you that you're going to meet these people. I want to tell you that, you know, one day you're going to meet somebody who gets you like that. But for you guys, you're meant to be the center of attention in this spotlight. And unfortunately, when that happens, and I know this because I feel it, I feel the spotlight on you. It feels a little hot with the Sun and Leo and the Ace of Wands. When you have the spotlight on you, sometimes it's really hard to find people who aren't going to be intimidated by that, or aren't going to be like, oh, you can't act like that. You have to act like this because, you know, like, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be crazy. And that craziness, that childlikeness, is what's going to bring you success in this life. And, you know, what I feel for you also is, there's something about your living room. Your living room, if you're wondering what you should do with your living room, buy books. Books would look really good in your living room. I just had this image of, and I always refer to Disney movies because I'm a Disney freak. But, you know, I'm sure, like, I always get images of movie scenes that, like, pertain to the reading. I just saw The Library and Beauty and the Beast. If you want to know what to do with your living room, like, if you're like, man, I don't know what to do with my living room, like, I want to do something but I don't know what, I'm hearing that books would look really good in your living room, like having bookshelves or collecting books in your living room. And also, I'm hearing that if you want to know the things that you look the sexiest in, and I know this is random, I'm getting like really weird downloads today, but if you were to dress like a teacher or a student or someone academic, you would look really good with glasses. Long story short, you'd look really good in glasses, or when you dress like a student or a teacher. There's something about it that just works with your vibe. Maybe some of you already do that, like you wear, you know, and also I'm hearing if you guys wear office clothes, like white button downs or glasses or khakis or like work clothes, you know how to wear it in a really sexy way. Like it really works on you, which I think is super cool. What's coming for you as well is definitely going to be, you guys are really saving your money, and I'm really proud of you for that. You guys are really like, instead of just spending randomly, you are really investing in things that are going to practically pay off for your future. And because you're getting better at investing in things that are good in the long term and things that are going to pay off for you as opposed to frivolous purchases, you're actually gaining a lot more money. You're saving a lot more money. I'm hearing that you guys are getting like an influx of money coming in from work, and instead of just spending it and being like, oh, whatever, YOLO, like you used to, you're starting to realize that God has your back, and you're like, I don't have to do that. I can save. And you're investing in long-term purchases, you're saving, and it's really doing a lot for your money. So all in all, guys, you are really maturing and growing up beautifully. Never lose your energy. In April, if you want to know what it is that you can expect, there is something to do with the way that you see life is drastically changing. And I also feel for you that this is going to be a month about you learning how to express yourself authentically without the fear being in the back of your mind of judgment. That's what April is about. It's about releasing friends or people who make you feel like your throat chakra is closed up. And it's about being unapologetic when expressing your truth, but doing so from the pureness of your heart as opposed to a reaction to drama. And there's something about your throat portal really opening up. Also, you guys need to drink more water. You need to drink more water. You are at the point where you are growing, and even if you're finished growing, your soul is growing a lot. It needs water. Your throat needs water, but there's an emphasis on your throat opening up. And it's about, when people come back into your life because they want a second chance, an apology, saying no, not resurrecting those things, letting those things stay dead, but also transmuting it and forgiving those people, because there's a need for you to open up your throat, because the next step in your life is going to be about finding your true life purpose and your destiny. And that's why the throat chakra is so important, because it is about your unique expression in the world and finding your purpose in the world. This is what you are at the beginning of doing, because you're at the beginning of strengthening your throat chakra. It's going to take some patience. Right now, you might work a job that might be lucrative, but I feel like there is something else that you're meant to do with your voice that is going to come from your heart, from opening up this throat portal. And in order to get there, and I'm getting the chills, you had to get rid of friendships that were keeping your throat portal blocked, because they were literally blocking your abundance and you finding your path. Because how can you find your path and destiny if your throat chakra is blocked because your friends or the people you hang around feel like they're suffocating you? You can't be your real self. So there had to be, you had to just cut some people off. This is for your good, so you can learn how to open up your voice, because I feel, one thing about you guys is you guys go for the quick, easy thing. And I don't blame you, but Spirit is working on you really developing a talent and a skill that's more in alignment with your authenticity as opposed to a quick buck or quick money. So that's all I have for you for April. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your April 2021 prediction. Feel free to listen to this podcast style because we tend to get lengthy. And on my Patreon, we also tend to get really lengthy as well. So if you're interested in more psychic readings from me, I post extra psychic readings exclusively on Patreon. The link is in the pinned comment and the description. Check me out there. Up to 7 new videos a month. So group 2, let's take a look at what you can expect in April and what messages are coming through for you. Just give me a second to get grounded in my body. Take a few deep breaths and really process what is going on here. So first of all, your spirit guides are holding you in a very protective way at this moment. That's the first thing I saw coming up. Some of you guys, you've lost a grandparent, or there was somebody older who has passed away, and there have been nights where you are crying in bed or praying to this person, and I do feel like it's someone who's older who has passed on. Maybe you're like, I wish you were alive so I could talk to you about these things. I wish you were here. or maybe you were mourning the loss of this person, and I'm hearing at night it really hits you. This person is acting as your spirit guide right now, and they're very protective of you. This person likes to show up as red canaries. So whenever you see a red canary or a red bird, that is a sign that is this person, because this person for some reason likes to materialize as a red bird, and they want to tell you to keep your head up and to keep going and to stop feeling sad, because this person wants to let you know that they are with you. And every time you decide to be kind to yourself or nice to yourself, that is actually them whispering in your ear, letting you know how important and special you are. And it's really weird because spirit guides don't always come up for me in readings, but in this one they decided to, in the last pile as well. And group 2, your spirit guides are so protective of you, and I'm hearing that you recently have went through spiritual surgery, like really intense spiritual surgery. What I want you to picture is, those blackhead videos where people get their blackheads extracted? That is what you went through spiritually. It was a very big deal. You cleared out a lot of skeletons in your closet. You have addressed a lot of your shadows. You have done a lot of spiritual work on yourself. And a lot of the time, spiritual work is triggered from, something not feeling right in our emotions, or from sadness. Because let's be honest, if we're happy, do we really want to sit there and meditate and do spiritual work? I mean, no. Let's be real. Let's not fake, okay? Let's just be real. Is spiritual work fun if you're happy? No. You want to live your life if you're happy. You guys hit with that 9 of Swords some sort of depressive moment where you were like, oh my God. Maybe some of you even at one point were suicidal, or you were so depressed you couldn't get out of bed. There was a lot of crying going on, but you did spiritual surgery on yourself where you addressed and faced your fears, you faced your demons, and you actively healed from them. And what's going on now is I want you to picture, on your spiritual journey, this is what I want you to picture. I want you to picture somebody who has just gotten a huge tumor removed from their body. So their body is free from tumors, but there's still that wound that needs to heal. That is what spirit is showing me that you're on spiritually. That's where you are on your path. There is no more darkness in your soul that needs to be addressed and healed, because I really feel that you guys have faced a lot of your demons. You faced a lot of your darkness, took responsibility and started healing from them. But what's left over now is this open wound. It's this open gash, and you're still at a very sensitive point when it comes to healing. So what spirit wants to let you know is to be easy on yourself, to just take it easy on yourself. You just went through spiritual surgery. That's the image that keeps playing in my head. I keep seeing that this image of you being healed but having to heal from surgery, and it's going to feel weird to you. And I know spirit likes to talk in metaphors, but hopefully this is speaking to your soul rather than your logical mind. So what spirit is showing me essentially is that you are healthy, you're healed, but the wound is still there that needs to be recovering. And also it might feel a little strange now that that spiritual tumor is removed from you. You might feel a hole where that tumor used to be, or you might feel this sense of serenity that is actually pretty unnerving to you, because you're waiting for the other foot to drop because you're still feeling a ghost tumor there, when in reality you scooped out all of that junk spiritually. So this is a very weird time of transition and healing for you. But the good news that I see for you coming up is one of the things that I'm really noticing about you specifically is there is going to be, some of you could be a Pisces sun, moon, and rising, although you don't have to be, Sagittarius sun, moon, and rising, and I'm also seeing Pisces, Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising, Capricorn, Cancer, Scorpio. It doesn't really matter. I do that sometimes to help with intuition. I know sometimes it just gets confusing, but you guys are really attracting a lot of friendships into your life, and I'm actually hearing that you guys are Mr. or Mrs. Popular. There is something about your energy that people really appreciate about you, and I feel like this is something you need to hear, because I feel like around people you do a really good job of acting confident. You do a really good job of acting like you are Queen Bee. You have your stuff together, you're confident, you're fierce, and behind closed doors, as soon as the door is shut or as soon as you're alone, this is when you really struggle. Like when it's nighttime, when you're alone in your bed, this is when the sadness creeps into your life. And one thing I do admire about you guys, group number 2, is just how you're able to put on such a strong front that it actually fools other people, even though you are still suffering inside. Because one of the reasons why you're about to attract a lot of friendships into your life specifically, and yes, I'm hearing friendships, is because there's something about your wisdom that is really comforting. Because you guys have went through so much, you have a beautiful, I'm hearing the word Sophia, and Sophia, besides being my sister's name, is also, it means divine wisdom. It means divine wisdom. I'm hearing the name Sophia. So what this is telling me is the reason why you are starting to attract a lot of friendships, a lot of people wanting to hang out with you, wanting to be your friend, is because you have this divine wisdom in your energy that makes people feel comforted. And even if you aren't older, you have the energy of someone who's older who has wisdom, and younger people want your wisdom and they want your energy because it feels so secure and strong and wise. And a lot of your friends, or the people that you even interact with at work, they are grateful for you. And anytime you enter, like, this is what I'm hearing, anytime you enter somebody's life, even if you're friends for a brief moment, they always remember you because you were the catalyst of helping them realize something about themselves. And I'm getting the spiritual tingles, guys. Like, this is how I know I'm on track, because with your friendships, it's like you come in with your firecracker energy. And I'm going to say manic pixie dream girl, even though people don't like that film term, I'm going to use it, because what is a manic pixie dream girl in film? A manic pixie dream girl is a quirky, spontaneous, creative, out there person who comes in and makes some depressed, brooding writer realize the joy and happiness of life. That's what you do to people. You make them see the joy and happiness of life, and they appreciate your wisdom and your strength. And this is why you're a magnet coming up for friendships. I'm also hearing you're attracting older friends, or if you want to know the kind of people you should hang out with, you should hang out with older people or older souls, because you yourself, if you want people on your level, you yourself are so wise and have that wisdom that someone who's older would have. So I see like older friends would be really, really good for you. And I'm getting the sense like you guys have very alpha energy, whether you realize it or not, or this is the energy that you're coming into. And why I feel this way is because with this Wolf card and the 3 of Cups, this talks about a wolf pack. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which talks about the woman who is on top, or like the pack leader. You guys are natural pack leaders, natural alphas. People naturally follow you. Like, you howl, everyone else howls. You do something, everyone else does something. And it's not really like in a Regina George Mean Girls way, like I was explaining in the last group. It's more like with you guys, like, because of your sincerity and your wisdom and your support that you give other people, because you're not a me person. That's the thing. Even though you're a leader, you're not like a, hey, look at me guys, look at all my awesome things, look at what I do, look at this, guys, like showing off, trying to impress people or to put yourself in the center of attention. Your strength and leadership comes from focusing your energy on other people, being present with them, and knowing the right things to say to people. You make people feel good. You don't try to be somebody where you're the center of attention and you want people to like you. You make people feel good. And this is why you're Mr. and Mrs. Popular coming up, or right now. And this is why in April or already you're attracting a lot of friendships, because you make others feel amazing. And this is why people put you on a pedestal. This is why people make you their queen. Not because you want to be, not because you think you're the shit. Because actually I'm seeing you struggle a lot when you're alone with self-worth issues and your own struggles. But because of your strength out into the world, and because of your wisdom and the fact that you have too much pride to let people see you weak, this is why people are drawn to your strength. They want to drink out of your cup. They want what you have, and you just attract people to you who want to follow you like wolves, because they see that strength in you and they admire it so, especially younger people. And that's a beautiful thing to have, because one thing I've realized in my journey is I used to get mad when people would do that to me. And then I realized like it's actually extremely flattering and extremely sweet. And, now, like, if I meet somebody who admires my work, it's like my heart melts, because it's like just the pureness of it. And I feel that a lot of people feel that about you. I really do, whether you notice it or not. And one of the things I still see you healing with is that emptiness, that void where that spiritual tumor used to be. But Spirit wants you to know that that tumor is removed from your soul. And now this is about healing. And you are being protected as you heal. And this is why this older person is coming up, or someone who passed away that you cry or pray to. They are with you, saying, you are doing a beautiful job at healing. I am protecting you. Because right now, guys, you're at a very vulnerable state. Because after physical surgery, because the spiritual and the physical are very symbolic, like what's happening on the spiritual will happen on the physical with physical 3D things. You are at a very vulnerable state where you just got out of spiritual surgery. This means that you are going to feel a little not yourself. And also you're at a very vulnerable state because this is the time of healing. You are being protected so heavily right now. I'm hearing that your spirit guide's primary goal is your protection from anything that can harm you right now. Because right now you don't have a shell protecting yourself. Because your soul is weakened from what you've been through, but it's healing and you're growing it. And you know how you're healing in April? You're healing through enjoyment, pleasures of life. You're healing through your sacral. And what this means for you in April is there is going to be a lot of fun coming your way, celebrations, joy, going out and doing things that make you feel excited. There is going to be, some of you might be getting like putting a room in your house where you can be creative or have fun or throw parties. I'm seeing that you guys are going to like create a room in your house coming up in April. And in this room, you're going to be creative. You're going to have people over. It's going to be a whole vibe. And it's going to be something where you play games in or create in. So I see a lot of fun with the sexuality and emotions card coming for you. And there's also something, guys, where you might not like your body. You might feel ashamed of your body. I'm hearing for some of you, it might be because of childbirth or surgery, or like I said, it could be because you went through a spiritual dark night of the soul and it took a toll on your body. You guys might feel ashamed of parts of your body. That's what I see, because I see a lot of covering your body or hunching your naked body over because you're ashamed of the naked body or the vulnerability. And I feel like Spirit wants to let you know that what's beautiful about you is your energy. And I know, like, you know, that's discouraging, like, oh, I'm not pretty. I'm not saying you're not pretty. I'm saying that if we look at just the facial features of a lot of actresses who are popular and successful, it is not the way they look that makes them attractive. It's their energy. They know how to act and be and believe they are attractive, which animates their whole body. That is your version of attractive. It's like Zooey Deschanel. What's so supermodel-y about her? Nothing. Why is she attractive? Because of her energy, because she knows who she is and she has a solid sense of self. And that embracing that is what makes people attractive, because it's so rare for people to do. That's the kind of attractive you have, and it doesn't end with age or having a baby or stretch marks or anything. You have the attraction or the beauty of someone who, or you're growing into that through your energy. It's through your energy and the strength in your beliefs. And I want to let you know that whatever it is that you're going through, where you feel vulnerable, you feel scared, there's nothing to be scared at. You have such great inner strength. You are so strong. This is something that people admire about you, and that's why they gravitate towards you, is your strength. And, you know, now it's about healing yourself through food, through fun, through things that make you feel good, through dating. Some of you are going to be dating as well. And one of the things I see when it comes to love is if you aren't dating, I feel, actually, no, I'm going to scratch that. I really feel there's going to be a strengthening in your love relationships coming up. Let me see if I can see anything else for you guys in April. In love, Spirit, let's just do a quick little message for their love life. So I feel like the focus is mainly going to be on platonic friendships. That's what I really feel. I feel that, you know, you do have some people who do might secretly have crushes on you. I definitely see that. There are some people who are keeping their feelings hidden from you for some of you, but I really feel like the focus should be on your friendships and your platonic friendships, because I feel like that is where spirit is leading you, not really towards romance, even though there might be romance, or there might be a hint of romance thrown in there. So that's all I have for you. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you later. Bye. All right, group number 3, let's go ahead and take a look at what you can expect April 2021 based on tarot and my intuition. Feel free to listen to this while you're doing something else in the background, because we tend to get lengthy on my channel like we do on my Patreon, where I post up to 7 new videos or pick a cards or astrology forecast a month. So definitely check that out. Group number 3, what do I see for you? Well, Saturn is being heavily referenced in your April 2021. And Saturn, in astrology, people, you'll probably hear me talking about it a lot. People don't like Saturn because Saturn is very practical, and it's a lot of harsh lessons, but it's for your greater good. It's like that father that goes, "I'm not your friend, I'm your father," and throws you into a swimming pool and says, "Go swim." Like Saturn is that kind of energy. People normally like Jupiter, which is about expansion and blessings and celebrations, but Saturn is important because Saturn is going to give you a solid foundation to get the things that you want out of life, as opposed to just giving you a big blessing and then taking it away a year later. Saturn gives you long-term stability, wealth, and it really makes you resilient. And with this Mercury retrograde reinvention, Saturn Grand Cross Provoker, I actually get the feeling a lot of you were on a certain path in life that you thought was your path, but actually recently there has been a huge sign from the universe that this is not your path, and actually you're being called to turn your direction around or go in a different direction. And this is what's really stressful to you, because change is stressful, change is scary, and you are going through a lot of change and a lot of transformation right now. Group number 3, your belief systems are changing, and I'm going to get into what that means spiritually and what you might be experiencing at the moment. First thing that I see is with this Judgment card, Mercury retrograde reinvention, and the Six of Swords in reverse. This talks about a path that was blocked for you, or a path that has been blocked to you, and it was out of your control, because the Judgment card in tarot, it's about God's will, the divine will. You cannot stop Judgment Day. So this was out of your control, and this blockage that was put in your way on the path that you were going through in life, it might have felt like you were drowning for a while, like your ship has sunk, like you were drowning in despair of this incident happening, like you were going to die, because I'm getting the sense that your whole life has turned upside down. This could be a complete change in direction. This could be outside circumstances happening that derail you off of your track. And I'm also hearing be careful in April, group number 3. Some of you, this could also be issues with cars or transportations as well. So double and I know there's no Mercury retrograde in April, but double and triple check your car or your mode of transportation before going, because I also sense there could be transportation issues or travel delays coming up for you. But essentially, like the bigger picture of it, group number 3, is you are being put on a different direction, because the path that you were walking was not your truth. And this is starting to become very apparent. It's becoming so apparent to you on a psychic and intuitive level that you need to change directions. What you are doing is not the path for you. And I feel like sometimes, guys, you do have it, like, because I'm seeing you're in a transitional phase, you flip-flop a lot. You go, oh, well, like your mind changes a lot. You're like, no, I am on the right path. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But other days you feel like intuitively you are not on the right path. And what Spirit wants you to do is they want you to look at the signs that are around you. What direction do you keep trying to push in, or what direction do you keep trying to go in? And there always seems to be some spout of bad luck or a blockage in your way, or something getting in the way of you getting it done, or it's just this huge ordeal where you feel like you're pushing against time and nature to be on this path or to live this lifestyle, but it's so difficult because you are literally walking against the current, because you are walking into the current as opposed to letting the current push you into the right direction. And this is why a lot of you feel like you're drowning, because it's hard for you to just accept the fact that maybe you were going towards the wrong way and it's time to rethink the steps. And it's not to punish you or anything like that. It's not, to make you feel frustrated, or because the world has it out for you. In group 3, I do kind of feel you get frustrated a lot. Like, why me? Why does this happen to me? Why is this happening? Spirit is saying it's because they're putting roadblocks in your way, because there's a need for you to really observe your truth about the situation, because Saturn is also your truth. It's your legacy here on earth, what you are meant to leave on earth, what your legacy is, what you will be remembered for. That is Saturn. And everybody, they can use the best advantage of Saturn in their chart, or some people decide not to. Saturn really wants you to start walking in your truth in life, which means every aspect of your life. Maybe the people that you were hanging around, you thought these are your people, but you're starting to intuitively feel it's not your people. It's not something that you can really explain, because it's a feeling in the back of your head, like intuition. That's what I feel for you. You might feel like, some of you, if you have to drink a lot around the people that you're with or get messed up, that's a huge sign that you're trying to bend to fit their energy. And we just had a ding from Spirit. Some of you guys have to drink a lot to be around certain people or get messed up. This is you trying to adapt to their energy and you trying to force against flow. So I kind of feel like, the people that you hang around, and it could be anything, because this is a general reading, right? But there's a lot of areas in your life that are not in alignment with your soul truth that you're trying to force anyway, and you're always feeling like you are suffocating from pressure. You always feel like you're drowning from everything you have to do, and life feels difficult because you're forcing something that's not for you, that's not in alignment with your truth. And I feel for you, group 3. Have I been saying group 4? I mean 3. If you don't like the fact that I'm human and make mistakes, because I'm not going to read another one of those comments, not to my beautiful viewers who listen, all of that stuff. But if you don't like the fact that I'm human, I don't know what to tell you, then sorry. Group 3, I get the sense that you have a lot more depth to you than you allow yourself to see or you have discovered. And one of the things I want to tell you, group 3, you could already be journaling, but the reason why it's important not to be too extroverted, and I'm hearing this specifically for you, is because when you are way too extroverted, which means you spend too much time around people or talking to people, it really weakens your relationship with self. And, it might feel weird at first and lonely to be alone, but I really sense for you, group 3, you're coming into a time period where it's really important for you to be alone and really be in your own energy, because you're meant to be reborn and you're meant to go through a rebirth. The reason why I talk about journaling so much and I'm such a fan of it is because it's talking to yourself. You become your best friend. You build that relationship with self. Instead of calling your friend, texting your friend, going, hey, this is what happened today, dear diary, to your friend, dear diary, and talk to yourself. Be your support system. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Talk to yourself. Journal everything that you're feeling. And at first, it's going to feel forced. It's going to be like, today I felt sad because blah, blah, blah. But the more that you journal and the more you get to know yourself, the more your real voice comes out. And after a week of doing this consistently, you will feel your real voice start to come out. Because I feel for you, group 3, your real voice has been suppressed, or you know that your depth goes a lot deeper than the people you've hung around or the path that you're going. Because I feel like you're floating, I don't know, I just get this feeling. I feel like you're floating on this superficial level that's really not you. And it works for other people, because some people's path in life is just have fun and be oblivious, and that's fine. That's not your path, because I have the High Priestess, which means that you were given spiritual wisdom and knowledge. And, this spiritual wisdom and knowledge is within you. The High Priestess is the shaman. It is the mystic. It is somebody who has great psychic intuition and great depth. But the thing is, I feel like it hasn't been unlocked until recently, because your intuition is telling you. We have Grand Cross Provoker and the Truth and Mercury retrograde. So it's like, the more that you try to hide this depth and the fact that you aren't like a Bartard or something like that, no offense, the more that you feel like you're suffocating from all the things you have to do, the more messed up you have to be to do the things you have to do. This is a general reading, but the more coping mechanisms you have coping mechanisms to get you through the day, because you're going against the current. And what I think is coming for you, honestly, guys, is I kind of get the sense with responsibility in relationships, you feel like other people are your responsibility. You are always trying to offer a healing hand, offer help, especially with this 10 of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Cups. You're always like, here, I know you're struggling. Here's my love. Here's my healing energy. This is a part of your gift, because you have that ability to transmute energy from yourself into others and heal them. So your soul has this energy that's very soothing and healing that people who are under stress or worry, they really appreciate. And you really help them with a lot of the things that they're going through, because you really are somebody who goes above and beyond for other people, to help other people, to be there for other people. And I feel like that should be a big flag right there, that you are not like the people that you are hanging around. You are not the path that you're going on, because most people don't think like that. They're not like, oh, I want to be social because I want to help people and I want to extend my healing and love to others because I love others so much. Most people are social because of a need they're trying to fill. You're not like that. And I feel like you spend so much time healing other people, helping other people, that your own depth, your own soul, your own expression, and the power. You have high priestess energy, guys. The power of your soul is so intense that you have been hiding. It's almost like a angel that hides their wings out of shame. That's the image I want you to think of, group 3, for you. You're an angel who hides your wings out of shame. And this is why I'm getting the tingles. That's how I know I'm on the right path. You have great powers when it comes to psychically, intuitively, when it comes to your connection to spirit, things that you were born with because it's a part of your path. And this is why you have the compulsive need to help other people, and you feel like other people's struggles are your responsibility. This is why. But when it comes down to it, it's getting imbalanced. You're doing something out of a wound. Like your job might be out of a wound. Like let's say you have a wound of people pleasing. Your job might be people pleasing because you have that wound there. So everything in your life might be based off of a false foundation or false wounds. And this is why spirit is like, you are so much more than this. You could be more, you can do more, you really could. And I'm hearing this for you. Like you're the type of people, group 3, where something random that you just pursue out of your pleasure, that you selfishly indulge in, hold on, let me think of better words, that you pursue is going to make you blow up overnight, or it's going to make you lead this really exciting life that's full of action, pleasure, good change, drama. But right now, your life feels like you want this passion and this creativity and this depth, but you're dealing with like all of this. You're dealing with too much that's based off of a wound. So what's happening is in April, things are being shifted. You're being taken off the path that you once walked, and you are following your intuition even though it feels uncertain and you're worried, because I feel like there's no solid proof that you're on the wrong path. It's just like spiritually and little roadblocks put in the way maybe, but you're not quite sure because you question your intuition a lot. And this comes from also caring too much what people think, because group 3, I feel for you. I feel for you a lot, because the thing is, you're making yourself weak when in actuality you're extremely powerful. When I see the High Priestess, this talks about like, this reminds me of Maleficent with her horns, and I always reference movies because movies are the greatest way to learn, in my opinion. When she wanted to impress the king and the queen, Maleficent, even though she was queen of the Moors, she had to hide her horns and her wings to make other people feel better, even though she was more powerful than all of them put together. This is the energy that you're in, and it's really sad because you're hiding your greatest potential and sitting at the surface level with the wrong places and the wrong things. You guys have a gift of it. You're natural witches. I will tell you straight up. You might have 8th house placements. You might have Cancer and the nakshatra in sidereal astrology of Ashleisha. You have you're a natural witch. In your past life, I'll tell you straight up, you were a witch. And the witches are in every culture in history. Korea, Africa, Egypt, Indians, shamans, and witches. You were that. This is something that's in your blood. But the thing is, I feel like you were persecuted so bad for your beliefs that now you keep them under wraps or you dull them down to make other people feel good. And I feel like for a while you had a false belief system that you were holding on to because it brought you security. Like this could be, for instance, like you believed in Christianity really hard because you were scared of going to hell. Like just as an example, your beliefs are changing because magical things are starting to happen to you that are showing you different things that could possibly be true. So I'm seeing like your religion or the things that you believe in are changing due to the magical occurrences happening to you in April that might make you go, oh crap, I have a lot of power to manifest, or oh crap, you're getting a lot of aha moments. That's what I feel for you, where you're like, this is not the life I want. And you're starting to go after the life that you want. And it's crazy because you're going through this huge change and metamorphosis where the way that you look is changing, your job is changing, the people that you want to hang around, your goals are changing, your belief systems, what you believe in is changing even. Like your faith, what you believe in after death is changing. And I feel like you're awakening the witch. You're awakening your psychic powers, your manifestation ability, and you're no longer hiding behind this surface, trying to fit in. And you feel it. You feel awkward. You feel different than those around you. You can mask and you can like mask around people and be normal and be cool. But at the end of the day, you feel like a pig in a dress. Not like that's a bad metaphor, but you just feel different. That's because you're trying to fit something that's not you. You're so much more powerful. You know that. And this is why spirit is derailing you and putting you towards a different path. And they're putting you towards maybe spending some time alone to get to know yourself. Because I'll tell you something. People who journal instead of telling other people their secrets, like if you're introverted, you journal, you talk to yourself, it is so necessary at a certain point in your life because you find your true inner voice and you find who it is you truly are. And I feel like that's so important for you right now. And in relationships, you know, there might have to be some space or a lack of relationships. Don't try to force these relationships. Spend time alone. It's for your protection because alone is where you're going to find your inner voice. Through journaling every day, and you're going to build this relationship with yourself where you're literally like so in love with your own company through journaling and through being alone and telling yourself your secrets as opposed to others. It doesn't always have to be like that, but it's so important for you because I feel like you have this depth and this power you haven't addressed yet. And there's something about your, hold on guys, there's something about your dining room and your kitchen. You're extra psychic there. Your dining room, where your dining room would be, your kitchen, you're extra psychic there. There is a very friendly, angelic guide in your dining room or kitchen that likes to give you messages and that likes to, I don't know, there's just a good energy in your dining room and kitchen and an angel guide there. Also, something about if you guys are in a relationship, okay, your person's sibling is so in your relationship. Like if you're dating someone and they have a sibling, they are so in your relationship business in a weird amount. So be careful of that. Like whoever it is that you're dating, their sibling is really, really nosy in your business. When it comes to the person that you're likely going to be associating with in love, this person is somebody who's very angelic in nature. And this is a general reading, so take it how it resonates if you're dating someone. I'm just telling you the energies. The person that you're dating, or that's interested in you, or that there might be a romantic spark with in April, they have a job that is very magical, that is very intuitive. They could be a psychic or they could be an artist. It's a very creative, artistic field. So they do something that's like to do with art, creativity, or psychic, or something that's mystical and creative. The person that you're dating has that kind of job, or the person who's into you is going to have that kind of job. Also, you're really, guys, I will tell you this, you have natural occult abilities. Like you are a witch. If you're not doing spell work, and I know people don't, like I have a hard time believing in witchcraft, but I'm telling you, like when you spend this time alone, you're going to realize that your abilities to spell cast and a lot of the tarot cards, occult things is something you're naturally good at. and you shouldn't have to hide that anymore, because I do feel like a lot of your mission is being a witch, a manifester, a magician, and stuff like that. But it's almost like there's something in your life that's still not in alignment with you, because it's you dimming yourself down. So it doesn't have to be like something dramatic, like a major job change, but something needs to change. And I feel like if you guys are single, last message, this is what I'm hearing. You are transforming so much because you're actually being prepared for a soulmate. I'm going to say it again. If you're single, the reason why you're going through such a strong spiritual transformation of self, where things are turning in a different direction and you're really being asked to change direction and who it is that you are, it's because your soulmate, you can't meet this soulmate or this twin flame unless you turn into the person you're meant to become first. That's why you're going through this transformation, because there's someone who's perfect for you waiting on the other side as soon as you become the person you've meant to be. Okay, so that's all I have for you. I'll see you later. Bye. Hey, group number 4, welcome to your April prediction and message using tarot, my intuition. Feel free to listen to this while you are doing something else, podcast style, or sign up for my Patreon, where I post up to 7 extra psychic readings a month. So we tend to get lengthy here on this channel, as well as my Patreon. So it's group 4. What I see for you coming up in April 2021 is actually really good. So for a while there, you have been kept in the dark in your life. Your intuition might have been a little bit blocked. That's what I feel for you. But now that's starting to open up again. Your intuition is really starting to become on point and strong. So there's a clearing of your third eye chakra. But one of the things I do see for you is you guys are really insecure about your knowledge and your wisdom. And, this is like, this might be hard for you to address even, and this might be subconscious, but I'll give you an example. You guys are extremely intelligent is what I'm hearing, like natural intelligence, but there's an insecurity about your intelligence. And I feel it could have been because when you were in public schools, that public school system punished you, or it just really did not know how to cater to somebody who maybe you had behavioral problems in school, or you had behavioral problems in public school or government sanctioned institutions. And this is one of the reasons why you questioned your intelligence, because I really feel that, in those schools, because they saw you as a troublemaker, they might have actually underestimated your intelligence and they made you feel stupid. And something about that is carrying over now, where you guys are actually very doubtful of your intelligence. You're doubtful of your own perception or ways that you interpret life. Okay, so for instance, let's talk about Albert Einstein. He's known as one of the smartest men alive, as well as Nikola Tesla. Do you think that someone was telling Einstein or Nikola Tesla when they first started out, wow, you're so brilliant, like good job? Like, no one did that. So but how did they know that the thoughts or the inventions that they were having were brilliant? How did they know the world would like their ideas? Like when Albert Einstein thought of the theory of relativity, which is gravity, it's just a theory. How did he know that that was a brilliant idea that was going to change the world? He had to have some sense of knowing of his intelligence. And I feel like that for you, group 4, like you don't really have a sense or knowing of your intelligence. There's an insecurity about your intelligence that makes you appear less intelligent than you are, when in actuality you are extremely intelligent. And I feel like this insecurity, like you're the type of person who is going to have brilliant ideas and inventions and ways of thinking and theories that could possibly change the world or make people see things in a really new light that could be revolutionary. But the problem is with yourself is whenever you have ideas or eureka moments or aha moments or insights or like glimpses of insights, you doubt yourself and your own intelligence and your own theories. So let's say Albert Einstein had your problem and he thought of the theory of relativity, which is gravity. He would have never shared that to the world, and someone else would have, and no one would have remembered Albert Einstein, just as an example. For you guys, group 4, I kind of feel like it's the same thing, where with the 8 of Wands and the unexpected, you get a lot of brilliant ideas. Your mind works in ways that the normal person's mind does does not work in. And I really feel like for you specifically, although, this is your own path, I'm just picking up what I feel energetically on the cards. With this Hierophant in reverse, I really feel like, institutions such as school or offices or traditional ways of learning really aren't for you. I just feel like they don't really enrich your mind. Also, group number 4, you have a spirit animal totem of a falcon. And this is really powerful because sometimes when I'm really tuned in, like I'm meditating right and stuff, I'll actually be able to close my eyes and actually see the shadow of someone's aura and the spirit animal or the guide on their shoulder. And it's really, really powerful. I saw a falcon once on somebody's shoulder, and it is a very powerful spirit animal to have. You guys have a falcon that sits on your shoulder right behind you that hovers over you. Like, think of a bird that's flying and hovering in the air and kind of letting the wings float while the wind does all the work. You have a falcon that does that on your shoulder, that watches over you. And this falcon is actually your eyes and your ears. It's your keen perception. And this is why you guys have a lot of intuitive insights. And I just got a ding from Spirit. This is why you guys have a lot of intuitive insights and creative ideas. But the thing is, you're always like looking for other people to validate these ideas. Do you know why people won't validate your ideas most of the time? Because they feel sad that they're not thinking of cool, inventive, creative things. And this is why sometimes your third eye chakra gets blocked, because instead of validating your own intelligence and perception, you doubt it, or you kind of like rely on other people to tell you that you're intelligent. But the problem with that is most people are very thoroughly brainwashed, and that doesn't mean that they're stupid. It's just that it takes a lot of humility to admit when you are wrong. And unfortunately, especially if you live in America, the public school systems are not set up to set kids up for success. They are set up to set kids up to be worker bees who do not have creative thought. This is why the American prisons are molded like jail cells. This is why they do not encourage outside of the box thinking, especially when I was in school. And this is why rebels such as yourself, or people who think outside of the box, they were looked over, made fun of, or maybe you had to go to a special school, or maybe there was a lot of trouble you got into at school, and people mistook the fact that they couldn't box your mind in as, maybe somebody who wasn't as intelligent as the next. And that's not true at all. It's just that you have a different intelligence that goes outside of the mandated box. So working in an office, doing corporate, going to public school, all of that stuff is really not for you, because it will literally kill your soul. And after a while, you start to build up this anger. So that's what I feel for you wholeheartedly. And one of the things that I see for you is, like I was saying, because you doubt your intelligence, it actually makes you appear less intelligent than you are, because you're always trying to spout off all of these facts, all of these things that you read, all of these things that you learned as a way to cover your insecurity of being not as intelligent. You overcompensate with certain things, and it's because you feel insecure about your intelligence. But I'm here to tell you that you are intelligent. You are naturally very intelligent. Don't let that wound of the past make you overcompensate by having to over-explain or prove you're intelligent. Your aura is that of someone who's intelligent, and people are all psychic. We feel energy. That's why with birth charts, it's interesting. It's just a physical representation of what we're feeling towards people energetically. You are smart. Stop trying to prove it to everybody else. And as soon as you stop trying to prove it, this is when people will actually perceive you as the intelligent person that you are. Dial it back. No one needs a know-it-all, because you do have a lot of info. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. You have a lot of info, but anyway, you have a falcon spirit guide that watches over, that is your eyes and your ears. This is why you have keen insights about people and intuitive insights. I'm also hearing you have psychic flashes of the future, and actually in April group number 4, you are going to have some sort of psychic flash of the future, some sort of psychic deja vu moment that shows you the future in this weird insight, and it's your spirit guides delivering it to you, because you guys do have that ability to create wormholes and see through time and space. So in April, expect deja vu, expect a weird psychic experience where you get a glimpse of the future. This could even be through dreams. Now, one of the things I do see is a lot of you do not sleep well. You are not sleeping well at night. This is messing up your perception. It's messing up a lot of things. You guys really need your beauty sleep, okay? Make sure to be getting enough sleep in April, because I see that this disrupted sleep actually gets in the way of your intuition, and it causes some mood swings some of the time. Now, I'm also seeing that there's definitely dating and romance heightened here, okay? I really feel that. But the thing I'm seeing is some of you are dealing, and this could be, hold on. I have to ground my energy and ground my breath. It's been a long video, guys, which I love doing, but it's been long. In April, you guys have this has to do with the 5th house, so it's your dating partners or your children. Take it how it resonates, okay? Because this is a general reading. There is somebody like that you're dating, or that it could be your children. They're being really unruly. They are being aggressive. They're being confrontational. They are being kind of like just very stubborn, very self-absorbed. That is because this person has a lot of unaddressed trauma and pain. It has nothing to do with you. The best mode of action when you're dealing with this person who has a lot of anger, maybe they're always trying to have a power struggle with you, they're trying to fight you, they're trying to be competitive with you. So this could be anyone, actually. I kind of just get the sense that there's someone being competitive with you. There's a lot of competition that is happening. You feel competitive, other people feel competitive towards you, or antagonistic, or might try to start some sort of fight. Spirit is saying the best mode of action for you is to walk away. It is not worth going to jail over. It is not worth getting in trouble over. So in April, you might be dealing with a dating partner or a child or somebody who is competitive and forceful and mean and rude. Spirit is saying hide your pain. Do not show them how they are hurting you. Just walk away and deal with your pain in private, because showing this person your pain is going to give them a feeling of control and power, which is why they have this anger. They feel they lack control and power, and showing emotions towards this person is going to do nothing but rile them up. So it's best to walk away from whoever is like this. Now, in April, guys, one last thing that I see is I see a lot of dating coming for you, a lot of dating or romance, especially if you're single and if you are dating, because the 5th house deals with children, but it also deals with dating and romance. I feel like right now you are meant to experience trying out different partners and seeing which one works best for you. But it kind of feels like a lot of the love that you are attracting is with people who are very self-absorbed, people who have a lot of unhealed trauma, people who have a tendency to be in and out of your life. They provoke anger. They do a lot of game playing just to have power and control, especially the masculines in this. Like if you're dating masculines, the masculines that you're dating in April, they seem to have this energy of they want to win and they want to conquer. So the best mode of action if you're dating is to play hard to get with a masculine, because I'm seeing specifically an image of a masculine who likes to beat competition, who is very competitive. So if you guys are dating and you're dating masculines, the masculine that you're going to date is likely going to be into sports or competitions, or they are going to be very, very competitive in nature. They could compete for their job. They could be someone who likes to compete for your attention. They like to see you have other options. They like to be the one who wins out of all of the other options, or they could be really into competitive sports, or just be someone who's extremely competitive. The masculine that you will be dating in April is somebody who is very, very competitive. And if it's not dating, this could be, like I said, with children or the people you spend the most time around. There's a masculine who's very competitive, and actually, they'd be really good at competitive sports. They'd be really good in high competition areas of life. Now, the feminine in this, I feel is really, like, this could be you guys, because most of my audience is feminine. You guys could be someone who's really sad, but you're hiding your sadness and your emotional letdown through sassy or confrontational behavior. So instead of telling people that you're sad, the feminine tends to just act aggressive and strong and tough to hide the fact that they're hurting. And this is one of the reasons why the relationships that I'm seeing for you romantically seem very, very karmic. They seem very intense, and they seem like one person is the runner and the other is the chaser, and it's just this huge, explosive, passionate cycle of being incompatible, fighting, running, chasing, making up, getting back together. This could be romantic or with someone close to you in your life. It's highs and lows, fights, being incompatible, but then always coming back to each other and reconciling, and the cycle starts again. So there is definitely a toxic, dysfunctional cycle of a relationship in your life that I really feel you guys are going to be healing and walking away from. And I really sense this for you guys because I feel like you finally had enough. Or like whatever it is, you finally have had enough of this person. And what I do feel is if you are dating, definitely with the person you're dating, play hard to get. This person likes to feel like they have won you amongst a group. That's something that I see. And let's see. Am I seeing anything else? So with this toxic relationship, by the way, or this very karmic relationship, I feel like the masculine in this, or the person who identifies as masculine, this person is what you see is what you get. Look at their actions, look at how they treat you, because what you see is literally is what you get with this person. This person might come in very strong at first, like they might try to woo you, pull out all the stops, they might try to go really fast. That's because this person likes the chase. They like to chase people. But with the feminine, it's interesting because I actually feel like they're really soft, but they pretend to be hard. They pretend to be strong and masculine to hide the fact that they're vulnerable. So this is why these misunderstandings keep happening. I know that was a random thing. Also, in April, if you guys have been feeling really lost in life, where you felt like your ability to make decisions has been compromised, you maybe have felt like it's hard for you to concentrate, maybe you felt like you were in the dark about certain things. Now in April, there's going to be some sort of aha moment, some sort of clarity coming up in your life, some sort of very big, loud sign that shows you which way that you're supposed to go. There's going to be no confusing it. So I actually feel that if you've been stagnant for a while, things are really starting to move for you. You're starting to move ahead in life. All of the confusion that was there is dissipating, and you're starting to see a clear direction, and you will be moving rather quickly in that direction. So it is going to be a very busy month, and I also feel like it's going to be a time where you are going to be putting yourself in situations you wouldn't normally put yourself. I feel like you guys are going to be leaving your comfort zone because you're looking for excitement and you're looking for passion, and you're sick of just staying in your house. I see you guys taking risk or looking for excitement or taking an adventure, putting yourself out of your comfort zone. And I feel like this falcon, like I said, is always following you on your shoulder. But I get the sense you feel restless, you feel bored, and you're like, okay, enough is enough. So in April, things are moving really fast, and it's moving towards fun, excitement, dating, doing things you never did before, taking risk, and as well, just being creative and being bold. So that's all I have for you. I hope you have a good one. I'll see you later.